The entire Maricosta 1993 championship football team wishes all levels of current Mustang football teams much success this year. Let's go Mustangs, step up.
It's time for Mustangs football. It's time for Mustang football. It's time for Mustang football. It's time for Mustang football.
That's right, fans. It's time for 2025 Maricosta Mustang varsity football. Tonight, it's homecoming here at Cooper Field at Waller Stadium as your Mustangs take on the Inglewood Sentinels. The Sentinels are head coached by Milvon James, and they enter tonight's contest with an overall record of 3-4 and 1-1 in Bay League. They started off Bay League play with a loss versus Losinger 43-32, and then last week they got a victory versus Lawndale 57-9. According to Max Preps, Inglewood is ranked 591st nationally, up 784 spots. 59th in the state of California, up 30 spots, and number 36 in the southern section. Your Maricosta Mustangs are head coached by Don Morrow in his 33rd season as the Maricosta head varsity football coach, and they enter tonight's contest with an overall record of 6-1 and 2-0 in Bay League play. They started off Bay League play right here at Cooper Field at Waller Stadium with a 14-0 victory over Lawndale after that game was canceled due to a safety concern. And then last week, the Mustangs traveled to Culver City and were victorious 37-14. According to Max Preps, Maricosta is ranked 577th nationally, up 359 spots. Number 58th in the state of California, up 7 spots. And number 35th in the southern section. Last season, Inglewood went undefeated in the regular season, and they defeated Maricosta at Inglewood 27-7 en route to their Bay League title. They earned a place in Division I, where they lost at Santa Margarita, who is head coached by former USC Trojan and Heisman Trophy winner Carson Palmer, 59-26. Stay tuned, fans, for a special presentation from the Inglewood Band and the Maricosta Entertainment Units. It's Homecoming 2025 here at Cooper Field at Waller Stadium.
Let's give it up for that Inglewood Band, bringing the heat over there for the visitors. The Sentinel Band bringing the heat. And more importantly, let's take a look out onto the field for the Maricosta Mustang cheer team and dance squad.
Maricosta Homecoming 2025.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up. I know, like you weren't expecting for an episode of Bring It On to break out, but the Inglewood Sentinel Band and cheerleaders started it, and then the Maricosta Mustang cheerleaders and dance team ended it. What a great way to start tonight's show. Now let's take that right into the national anthem.
Welcome back, fans. It's close to kickoff here at Homecoming 2025 as the captains are getting ready to meet at midfield for tonight's opening coin toss. The captains for the Inglewood Sentinels are number 7 senior Luke Lopez, number 3 senior Sorrell Howard, number 1 senior Andre Nicholson, and number 64 junior Jordan Rodas. The captains for your Maricosta Mustangs are number 8 senior Liam Meeker, number 33 senior Joaquin Wagner Baguez, number 22 senior Keel Hall, and number 44 Brady Nuthall. This is a big game for both of these schools. If the Mustangs win, they will be undefeated in Bay League play, tied atop the Bay League standings with next week's opponent Losinger. If Inglewood wins, that will set up a 3-way tie with the Mustangs and Palos Verdes for second place in Bay League. The Mustangs have won the toss and have elected to receive the kickoff. Inglewood will defend the east end zone, and we are close to the start of Homecoming 2025 here at Maricosta, and here come your Mustangs.
We have a little technical difficulties there.
Senior place kicker Alexander Rivas is set to kick off for the Inglewood Sentinels. And we are underway. It's a high short kick fielded by Jackie Reach at the 25-yard line, and he'll get past the 40, where the Mustangs will start the first possession here at Homecoming 2025. Mustangs are led at quarterback by senior Liam Meeker as they shift into a pistol formation. Little option look by the Mustangs is going to be taken by Meeker, and he works his way into Sentinel territory to about the Inglewood 44-yard line, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Meeker is a dual threat quarterback. He will get a lot of yardage on the ground as we see the first handoff of the evening going to junior running back A.J. McBean. He's met at the line by the Sentinels for a short loss on the play. 4 receiver set, single back. Appears to be motion. Looks like there was some motion on the Mustang offensive line, and that will be a 5-yard penalty on Maricosta. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. 4 receiver set. Meeker back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand sideline, and that ball is going to be intercepted. That's number 2 on the interception, Cordova. That ball was intended for Benner. And the Inglewood Sentinels will take over. Ball spotted at their own 17-yard line, empty set. Mustang showing blitz. Here comes the rush by Maricosta, and that ball is overthrown. Good coverage on the play by A.J. McBean. Second down and 10 to go for the Mustangs. Trips to the right. Handoff goes up the middle. Jackie Reach and Joaquin Wagner Baguez in on the stop for the Mustangs. Watson on the carry for Inglewood. Sophomore quarterback Lincoln Johns leads the Sentinels, and this time his pass is just over the reach of the intended receiver, bringing up a fourth down punting situation. Barrett Ryan back deep for the Mustangs. Rivas set to punt for Inglewood, and it takes a bounce at the 50, and he's tackled immediately there by number 13, Crawford. Mustangs will start their second possession with good field position. Ball is spotted at their own 47-yard line. Man in motion from right to left into a trips left formation. A little wide receiver screen. That's to the man in motion, Benner. And Benner gets a nice little gain into Inglewood territory. Personal foul, roughing the passer. That's going to tack on 15 yards and give the Mustangs a first down. First and 10, ball spotted at the Inglewood 32-yard line. Split backs, Mustangs in shotgun. It's a high snap. Meeker's able to haul it in. He rolls out to the left, and that play is going to be blown dead. And that's going to be another false start versus the Mustangs. That might have actually helped the Mustangs, because the rush was definitely all over quarterback Meeker. Split backs. Meeker. And Meeker's going to go down. It looks like he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
My roster doesn't have 25 on the tackle. If any
Second down and about 15 to go. Trips to the right. Handoff goes to McBean. McBean works his way around the left-hand side, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. That's going to set up what looks to be a third down and 11 to go. Trips to the left. Meeker back to pass, setting up a little running back screen, and A.J. McBean is going nowhere fast on that play. Good defensive play by the Sentinels, bringing up a fourth down punting situation. Jackson Chevin set to kick for Maricosta. It's a very high kick that bounces in play and takes such a high bounce it gets into the end zone for a touchback. 6 minutes 48 seconds to go. No score here in the first quarter of play. Trips to the right. Penalty flag on the play. Definitely pre-snap movement. Let's see who the officials are going to call it on as the referee discusses. And it's going to be an offsides versus the Mustangs. Trips right. Johns hands the ball off. And a nice run there by the Inglewood running back, Welsh. The junior running back, 5'9", 202 pounds back. Got a nice gain there, setting up a first down. Little pass out on the left-hand side, and he's finally thrown out of bounds by Liam Meeker. Second down and 4 to go for the Sentinels. Trips to the right, pistol formation. Johns hands the ball off to Welsh, and Welsh is breaking free up the middle. He's got one man to beat, and he somehow stays in bounds and gets into the end zone for an Inglewood touchdown. Nice footwork there by Welsh, somehow staying in bounds and going 57 yards for the first score of the night. Rivas adds the extra point, and now the Inglewood Sentinels lead your Mustangs 7-0 here in the first quarter of play. Wow, what impressive footwork by Welsh to somehow stay in bounds when getting thrown towards the sideline by Meeker. Rivas, another high short kick, this time taking it about the 18-yard line of the Mustangs, and that's Jackie Reach again, surging forward to about the 39-yard line where the Mustangs will take over on offense, looking to get on the scoreboard here in the third week of Bay League action. This is a pivotal game as the Mustangs come into this game undefeated in Bay League play. Meeker back to pass. He throws it to the left and making a nice diving catch and picking up a few yards on the play is number 1, Barrett Ryan. That's going to set up about a 2nd and 7. Trips to the right, single back for the Mustangs. The handoff goes to McBean. McBean trying to get around the left-hand side and is unsuccessful as he's taken down for a short loss on the play. Back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10 to go. Meeker back to pass, setting up again that running back screen to McBean, and this time it's incomplete. Even if McBean would have caught it, he would have been tackled immediately, setting up a 4th down punting situation. Shevin on to kick once again for Maricosta, and again he got a booming high kick that's fielded there by Inglewood, and he's breaking free. That's Wilson. He's breaking free now down the sideline. 1 man to beat, and he's going to go the distance for an Inglewood touchdown. However, I believe there is a flag on the play, and it looks like this one is going to come back with a block in the back versus the Sentinels. 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go. The Mustangs dodge a bullet on that play. First and 10, Sentinels, ball spotted at the Inglewood 43-yard line. Mustang defense is looking to get a stop. Johns back to pass. It is incomplete. Joaquin Wagner-Baguez in on the coverage for the Mustangs. The receiver declined Joaquin's effort to help him up. Short gain there. Stop on the play by senior Jackie the Rock Reach, bringing up a 3rd down and about 6 to go. Mustangs showing blitz. Here comes the pressure, and Johns is going to be wrapped up, and he's going to be sacked by the Mustang D. Let's take another look at this play by the Maricosta defense, as the Mustangs brought the heat, and Joaquin Wagner-Baguez hit the running back who didn't have the ball, but that blocked the way, and Johns wasn't able to escape the pocket. Nice play there by the Mustangs defense, hauling in sophomore quarterback Lincoln Johns. Ball is punted away by the Sentinels, and that's going to be stopped and down right there with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the first quarter play. Your Mustangs are looking to get on the board Ball spotted at the Maricosta 38-yard line. The handoff goes to McBean. McBean works his way around the left-hand side, picks up about 3 yards on the play. Second down and 7 for Maricosta. Meeker under center, single back formation, man in motion from right to left. The handoff goes to McBean. McBean's working his way around the right-hand side, and he's hit hard and taken down. The junior running back, A.J. McBean, has dealt with several injuries so far this season. He is one tough player. Hopefully he'll be back in the lineup soon for the Mustangs as we see him walking off under his own power. Of course, A.J. McBean started as a freshman, and he's been a 3-year varsity starter now in his junior season here at Maricosta. Can't recall another running back who has played all 4 seasons. Even Michael Oklo and Tyler Pringle started in their sophomore seasons. The great running backs of Mustang lore. A.J. McBean is definitely one of them. It's a bad snap, and Meeker is able to haul it in. He's trying to break free and continues to lose yardage on that play. Tough luck on that play by Liam Meeker. He's trying to escape. Let's see where the officials are going to mark it. They're definitely going to move it up as the defender kept pulling Liam Meeker back as Liam tried to escape the tackle. Meeker under center. The handoff goes to Wagner Baguez, and he's going to pick up a couple yards on the play. That's going to set up a 3rd down and long situation, and that should just about do it for the first quarter of play. As time winds down, your Maricosta Mustangs trail the Inglewood Sentinels 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Stay tuned, fans, for halftime for another special look at my latest documentary, All-American, The Bryce Taylor Story. I'd like to take this time to thank Skechers for their continued support of Mustang football and Maricosta athletics, and to remind you fans to attend the Skechers peer-to-peer friendship walk presented by Nickelodeon. Go the extra mile for our children. The entire Maricosta 1993 championship football team wishes all levels of current Mustang football teams much success this year. Let's go Mustangs, step up. The Mustangs start the second quarter, 3rd down and 23, ball spotted at their own 37-yard line. Liam Meeker back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand sideline, and it's incomplete, intended for Luke Meeker. That's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation for Maricosta. Senior punter Jackson Shevin on the punt. The long snap is perfect by Jackie Reach, and again it's a high end-over-ender which will roll and be down right about the Inglewood 15-yard line, where they will start this first possession of the second quarter. Shotgun formation, the handoff goes to the running back, and he's met by several Mustangs, brought down, led by Joaquin Wagner Baguez. Watson on the carry for the Sentinels. Johns back to pass. He throws it out and completes it to the wide receiver, and he's brought down hard by Liam Meeker. That was Randolph on the reception. Penalty flag on the play. Let's see what the officials are going to call here. Tremendous hit there by Liam Meeker. Mustang quarterback and safety got the heat on that play, and that's going to be a holding call versus the Sentinels. I believe the Mustangs will decline that one with that loss on the play. Shotgun formation. Johns fakes the handoff. Now he throws it to the left and completes it. And breaking free down the sideline is Randolph, and he will go the distance for an Inglewood touchdown. The previous play, he got drilled by Liam Meeker, and this time he's like, I'm not going to get hit by anybody, and I'm going to go to the house. Rivas kicks the extra point through the uprights and good, and Inglewood extends its lead over your Mustangs 14-0 with 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first half of play. It's homecoming 2025 here at Cooper Field at Waller Stadium as the ball is fielded by the Mustangs. Barrett Ryan, and he returns it to the 35-yard line where the Mustang offense will take over. One of my fond memories here at Maricosta during homecoming, I remember we were kicking an extra point and the lights went out and there was a power outage for about 10 minutes or so. A nice little break of the action on homecoming. 4-receiver set. Meeker fakes the handoff, throws it out to the right, and completes it to Luke Meeker. First Meeker to Meeker connection tonight. We'll see many of those. Shotgun formation, single back for the Mustangs. Meeker back to pass. He throws it over the middle, and that is incomplete. Mustang offense looking to get going here in the first half of play. Good job so far by the Inglewood defense. Trips to the left. Single back formation for Maricosta. Liam Meeker back to pass. He throws it to the right and completes it again to Luke Meeker. And Luke is able to throw off a couple defenders and then throw the last defender out of bounds before stepping out of bounds himself. Let's take another look at this play. Again, the hard running by senior receiver Luke Meeker as he throws one defender off there, then a second. And then the third defender he just throws out of bounds before stepping out of bounds himself. Shotgun formation, hard count by Liam Meeker. A little jump on the defensive line, however, the officials didn't believe it warranted a flag. Meeker back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand side, and he nearly had Colin Benner in the end zone, just out of his reach. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 situation just inside the Inglewood 30-yard line. Wide receiver motion. The pass goes to the wide receiver. That's Colin Benner. And Benner is hit hard on the play. Appears to be a little bit shaken up. Hopefully he'll be okay and back in the lineup for the Mustangs. 3rd down and short for Maricosta as we see Colin work his way to the Mustang sideline. Trips to the left. Meeker drops the ball, now picks it up, scrambles to his right. He's looking downfield. He's throwing it towards the end zone, and it's complete to Luke Meeker. However, I believe there is a penalty on the play. Let's take another look at this play as the penalty flag comes flying in there by the referee. However, a beautiful play here by the Meekers as Liam finds Luke in the end zone. Let's see what the call on the field is going to be. However, it looks like this one is going to come back. It's going to be a holding call on the Mustang offense. Shotgun formation. Mustangs shift into a pistol. Now running back motion right. Setting up a little wide receiver screen over the middle. Nice looking play there by the Mustang offense as Luke Meeker will get to about the 17-yard line, picking up a Maricosta first down. Meeker hands the ball off to Wagner Baguez, and he will pick up a couple yards on the play. That's going to set up a second down and about 12 to go for the Mustangs. Pistol formation, man in motion. Meeker setting up a wide receiver screen, completes it to Luke Meeker, and Luke throws another defender out of bounds and then dives into the end zone for a 14-yard Mustangs touchdown. The Maricosta offense gets on the board here early on in the second quarter of play as Liam Meeker finds Luke Meeker on that nice wide receiver screen, and he gets some good blocking. Let's take another look at this play as Luke gets the pass and then throws the defender out of bounds, diving into the end zone for a Maricosta touchdown. Again, Luke Meeker utilizes that stiff arm to perfection along the sideline, just throwing defenders out of bounds left and right. Senior place kicker Nico Talbot on to attempt the extra point. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is perfect as your Maricosta Mustangs cut into the Inglewood Sentinel lead. It's now Mustangs 7, Sentinels 14 with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in the first half of Homecoming 2025. A high end-over-ender by Talbot, fielded at about the 2-yard line by Wilson, and Wilson is working his way all the way to the left-hand sideline, and he's breaking free. I saw some flags flying there. Again, this return might come back for Wilson. He is quite a threat for the Sentinels, and another block in the back by Inglewood will bring this one back. Again, the Mustangs avoid another long return there. Pistol formation, the handoff goes to Welsh, and Welsh is able to pick up a close to 10. It looks like he might be short of the line to gain by about a half a yard. And this time Welsh is met at the line of scrimmage. That's big Magnus Johnson in on the tackle for the Mustangs. It's going to set up about a 3rd and 1 to go for the Sentinels here in the second quarter. Trips to the right, pistol formation. Johns hands the ball off to Welsh, and Welsh is going to be met by several Mustangs led by Wagner Baguez and finished off by Magnus Johnson. A loss on the play, going to set up 4th and about 2 to go. Inglewood's going for it, and the pass is incomplete. Great job there by the Mustang defense, stopping the Inglewood offense, and a turnover on downs. It was 2nd down and 1. Couple key stops by Belisarian and Wagner Baguez. And let's take another look at this play as the Mustang defense was diving at John's feet, pressuring him, and the pass incomplete. Mustangs take over on downs with 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go, trailing by 7 here at homecoming. Shotgun formation. Meeker hands the ball off to Wagner Baguez, and Baguez is able to pick up a few yards on the play for Maricosta.
2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. Tackle made by number 95, Isaiah.
Second down and about 7 to go for the Mustangs. Here in the second quarter, 4 receivers set. Meeker takes the snap. He's looking, he's going to scramble, he's going to take it himself, and he will pick up about 5 yards on the play, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2 situation for the Mustangs. Mustangs looking to tie up this contest here in the second quarter after that nice defensive stand. Tight, trips left formation. Mustangs in the pistol. The handoff goes to Wagner Baguez, and he runs over a defender and will pick up a few yards on the play. I thought that was going to be a loss on the play, and then Joaquin ran over that defender. Again, the Mustang offense looking to get going as Maricosta picked up a 1st down. Ball spotted at their own 43-yard line. Again, it's Joaquin Wagner Baguez, good for about 3 yards on the carry, setting up a 2nd down and 7 to go. As we look at Belisarian looking at some film on the sideline, he had a nice tackle in that defensive stand. As timeout on the field with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go, the Mustangs are looking to get onto the scoreboard again, trailing by 7. Shotgun formation. Meeker takes the snap. He hands it off to Joaquin Wagner Baguez, and he's close to the line of scrimmage. A bad spot there. I thought he picked it up. However, it looks like the officials are going to mark him a yard shy of the line to gain. Handoff goes to Joaquin Wagner Baguez once again, and he will pick up 2 yards and enough for a Maricosta 1st down. Great job there by the Mustang offensive line, surging forward and allowing Joaquin the space to pick up that 1st down. Trips to the left. Meeker pump fakes. Now he scrambles to the right. He's looking downfield. He throws it deep downfield. He's got a man, and that's Luke Meeker with a nice catch all the way down to the Inglewood 20-yard line. Huge play there by the Maricosta offense. A nice Meeker to Meeker completion there for a 20-yard gain, as we see Liam Meeker feeling the pressure, scrambling out and looking downfield and finding his brother Luke Meeker. And Luke is somehow able to haul it in as he's being dragged down to the ground. And that will be a Mustang 1st down. Liam Meeker under center. The handoff goes to Wagner Baguez, and another hard run by the senior running back and linebacker, as he will pick up a few more hard yards up the middle for Maricosta. Mustangs shift into a shotgun formation. Trips to the left, a little wide receiver screen. It's Luke Meeker again, and this play has been quite effective for the Mustangs all season long, as Luke will get to about the 11-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and short situation. Time out on the field. Your Mustangs are looking to tie up this game here in the second quarter of play. 43.7 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Meeker under center, single back for Maricosta. Man in motion from right to left. Meeker rolls to his right. He's looking towards the end zone. He's going to take it himself, pick up a couple yards, and get out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Brought out of bounds for a first down for the Mustangs.
Huge play there by quarterback Liam Meeker, saving time on this drive. Under a minute to go in the first half of play. Meeker under center once again. He fakes the handoff. He's rolling again to his right, stays in bounds, picks up about 4 yards, and then goes out of bounds inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line with 24.3 seconds to go. Shotgun formation. Let's see what the Mustangs are going to do. Man in motion. Meeker fakes the handoff to the man in motion. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get into the end zone for a Mustangs touchdown. What a job there by the Mustang offensive line. And Joaquin Wagner-Baguez leading the way for quarterback Liam Meeker to get into the end zone for the Mustangs touchdown. They're a point after attempt away from tying this contest. Let's take another look at this play as the Mustang big offensive line is able to knock the Inglewood defenders out of the way, and Liam Meeker goes nearly untouched into the end zone. Talbot adds the extra point, and now the score is all knotted up at 14 apiece here in the second quarter of play. Fans, stay tuned for halftime for a special halftime presentation of the homecoming parade. It's a line drive kick by Talbot, fielded by Wilson once again. Great coverage there by the Mustangs special teams as Wilson is brought down right about the 15-yard line by Belisarian.
The maniac Merriman, an assist from number 17. Mustangs. Great
Luke
coverage.
Leonard shaken up on the play with 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play. Hopefully Luke will be back in action for the Mustangs as he jogs off under his own power.
We've got a great halftime show for you with this homecoming. So I know you want to run to the stable. I know you want to get one of those.
Great job by the Mustang offense, putting up 14 points to match Inglewood's 14 to start the contest, and that ball is nearly intercepted by Jack Strassnyder. The Mustang defense has come up huge after giving up that quick 14 points to Inglewood. Shotgun formation, the handoff goes to number 12. That's Watson on the carry. And that will do it for the first half of play, as your Maricosta Mustangs and the Inglewood Sentinels are all tied up at 14 apiece. Stay tuned, fans, for the homecoming parade and a special look at my latest documentary, All-American, The Bryce Taylor Story.
Maricosta High School Homecoming Halftime Show.
Awesome MCHS Marching Band. Let's hear it for our Marching Band Director, Mr. Matthew Chavez, Director of Bands, Mr. Joel Clarkson, and the entire band and color guard.
We would also like to thank the Maricosta High School football team for their homecoming game and make this event possible.
There are many volunteer car and truck drivers this evening supporting our show. Let's give them a huge round of applause.
Maricosta Cheer Team is coached by Travis and Sophia Zagras. In car 5, Maya Rosh, Chandler Stone, and Sophia Pena. Let's give a big cheer for the Costa cheer team on their float.
Next up, we have our dance team, coached by Victoria Brown, Becca Barr, Maureen Gonzalez, and Kelsey McGrath.
Over here!
In car 1 is dance team leaders Jordan Malone, Kayla Smith, and Lucy Hansen. In car 2, we have dance captains Margot Menendez and Ella Mullins. In car 3, we have historians Ava Perez and Catherine Curry. In car 4, we have Hayden Panino and Chloe Purcell. In car 5, we have Nora Wolfman and Evie Hoyles. In car 6, we have Kayleen Newberger and Chloe Ernst. In car 7, we have Charlotte Roman and Alexis Lee. Lastly, in car 8, we have Mary Rotherman and Sydney Huber. Please put your hands together for the Mira Costa dance teams, both varsity and JV, on their floats.
Tonight, you will be cheering for the amazing students of Mira Costa who have been nominated for homecoming court by their fellow students. Each court member has played an integral role in sports, clubs, and many of Costa's most successful programs and organizations.
In our first car, we have Sophia Pena and Brody Kelly. Sophia Pena is escorted by her parents Lisa and Steven and her sister Bryn. Sophia was nominated by ASB, where she has been a 4-year member and is the current secretary. Sophia has been a cheer team leader for 3 years, link crew leader for 2, and a member of...
Brody is escorted by his mother Rebecca, Sister Taylor, and Father Chris, youth tennis, and is the president of a nonprofit board. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The 2025-2026 Miracosta High School Monarchs are Juna Manabe and Leilani Tran.
Going to the World Series.
Dodgers won! Dodgers won!
A little serious note here. Please, can I get your attention?
In 1925, USC had its first All-American football player, Bryce Union Taylor. A 5'9", 185-pound guard who was born without a left hand and orphaned at the age of 5. All-American, the Bryce Taylor story tells the story of an athlete who overcame adversity and inspired countless people to achieve their goals through hard work and perseverance.
As far as the accomplishment, the idea of achieving something like All-American status in football at a time when it was rare for minorities to get the opportunity to play at the school of their choice, much less achieve All-American status, and then to do it with the challenge of playing without a left hand and playing in the trenches, where the going is tough on every play. And Bryce Taylor was a guard where you couldn't take a play off in that position. And so to overcome that kind of adversity, I think it has become a real inspirational story for those that know it.
Welcome back, fans, to halftime here at Homecoming 2025. It's always nice to see the traditional homecoming parade here at Miracosta. However, there was no fireworks in the past. There have been fireworks at halftime too. However, the fireworks came in the first half as your Mustangs erased a 14-point deficit with a couple nice drives there in the second quarter, as we see senior quarterback Liam Meeker getting warmed up for the second half of play. This is a pivotal Bay League contest for the Mustangs. They're looking to stay undefeated as they travel next week to Lusinger, which might be for the Bay League title. Stay tuned, fans, for the second half of play. The entire Miracosta 1993 championship football team wishes all levels of current Mustang football teams much success this year. Let's go Mustangs, step up. Senior place kicker Nico Talbot is set to kick off for the Mustangs, and it's a high end-over-ender fielded near the goal line by Wilson, and Wilson is going to be wrapped up and taken down at about the 23-yard line, where Inglewood will start their first possession of the second half, all knotted up at 14 apiece. Shotgun formation. Johns hands the ball off to Welsh, and Welsh is going to be wrapped up by senior Jackie Reach.
Marlon Watson brought down, will bring up 2nd and 7.
Second down and about 7 to go for the Sentinels. High snap, Johns is able to haul it in. He hands it off to Watson, and he's going to be wrapped up after a short gain. Magnus Johnson and Joaquin Wagner Baguez in on the stop. Third down and 6 to go. Johns back to pass. Here comes a rush by Maricosta, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Belisarian broke it up for the Mustangs. Nice coverage there by the Maricosta defensive backfield, setting up a 4th down and 6 to go. Punting situation. Lopez on to kick for the Sentinels. Barrett Ryan back deep for the Mustangs. It's a low line drive kick that takes an Inglewood bounce and will roll dead right about the Maricosta 45-yard line, where the Mustangs will start their first possession here in the second half. Pistol formation. Meeker takes the snap, takes the handoff, rolls to his right, and finds his big tight end, Jackie Reach. And Jackie is able to get into Inglewood territory all the way down to the Sentinel 36-yard line. First down and 10 Mustangs. Meeker fakes the handoff. He's forced out of the pocket. He's looking downfield, and he's going to be forced out of bounds for an Inglewood sack. Second down and about 13 to go for the Mustangs. Liam Meeker under center. Single back formation for the Mustangs. The handoff goes to Joaquin Wagner Baguez, and he'll get to about the Sentinel 33-yard line. Setting up a third and manageable situation for the Mustangs. Again, Meeker under center. And again, the handoff goes to Joaquin Wagner Baguez, and he breaks through a tackle and gets all the way down to about the Inglewood 24-yard line. First and 10 Mustangs. He's like a bowling ball once he starts rolling, as Meeker fakes the handoff this time to Joaquin and rolls to the right and will go out of bounds. It looks like he might have picked up a yard or so on the carry. However, the officials are going to mark him just shy, and that will set up a 2nd and 11. Meeker back to pass. He scrambles again out towards the right, stays in bounds, and will get all the way down to about the 7-yard line. However, there's a penalty flag on the play. Tough run there by senior quarterback Liam Meeker, staying in bounds, picking up another 5 yards or so. However, the penalty is going to be a holding call versus the Mustangs. That's going to set up a 2nd down and about 20 to go at the 35-yard line. A little running back screen there to Belisarian, and Belisarian's going to get to about the 25-yard line. Back to about the original line of scrimmage for the Mustangs. Maricosta looking to take the lead here in the third quarter of play. Third down and 11. Meeker fakes the handoff. He rolls to his right again, completes it to Jackie Reach. This time Inglewood plays it well and takes him down right about the Sentinel 30-yard line. That's going to set up a 4th down situation for the Mustangs. Nico Talbot will come on for Maricosta. 38-yard field goal attempt. Reach will snap. Shevin will hold for the Mustangs. The snap is good. The hold is perfect. And the kick is up high and straight down the center. Good. And the Mustangs now lead the Inglewood Sentinels 17-14 after trailing 14-0. Let's take another look as the Mustangs special team unit, field goal unit, is absolutely perfect on that play. Everyone did their job. And as a result, the Mustangs now take the lead 17-14 with 7 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play.
Referee James Brooks, umpire Lawrence Springer. They give a shout out to the unstable, the most
As we see quarterback Liam Meeker on the sideline looking at some video footage, preparing for his next possession, as this time Talbot's kick goes into the end zone. No return there for Wilson.
dangerous Alan Wilson to return another one that goes into the end zone.
As we see the stable firing off burgers there on the grill. They are delicious. Had one lot a couple weeks ago. And Jackie Reach wraps up Welsh, and he was going nowhere. Picked up a yard, and then Reach threw him back about 5 yards afterwards. Pistol formation. Johns takes the snap. He's back to pass. He scrambles to the right. Now throws it over the middle and completes it. That's big. Number 1 on the reception, Andre Nicholson. The 6'4", 237 tight end picks up an Inglewood first down. Johns, high snap. He's able to haul it in. Now he throws it deep down the left-hand side, and that is complete. That's number 13, Crawford, on the reception. Barrett Ryan on the stop. Penalty flag on the play. Let's see what the call on the field is going to be. And it's going to be a personal foul versus Inglewood. However, that will still result in a Inglewood first down, ball spotted at the Maricosta 45-yard line. Now the receiver spun that ball like they do in the NFL, and that's not allowed in high school ball, as Johns is forced out of bounds. And it looks like he was able to throw it out of bounds to avoid the loss. That was Luke Meeker. However, there's a holding call versus the Mustang defense, and that's going to be a first down, ball spotted at the Maricosta 35. Welsh gets the handoff, and he's going to be wrapped up by a herd of Mustangs. Merriman on the stop for Maricosta. Huge play there by the Mustang defense. Second down and 12 to go for Inglewood. Pistol formation. Mustang showing blitz. Another high snap. Johns is able to haul it in, and Johns is going to be thrown down for a sack by Joaquin Wagner Baguez. Let's take another look at this play as Joaquin Wagner Baguez with a nice tackle for the sack. And then a tremendous show of athleticism there by Magnus Johnson, doing a reverse somersault to his feet. Wow, what a play all around by the Mustang D. Third down and long for Inglewood. Empty back formation, trips to the right. Sentinels in shotgun. Johns back to pass. He steps up in the pocket. He scrambles to his right. He's looking downfield, and that pass is going to be complete along the sideline. That's Andre Williams, the sophomore receiver, on the reception, setting up a fourth and about 3 to go. Inglewood keeps its offense out on the field. They are going for it, kind of in no man's land here at the Mustang 30-yard line. Johns back to pass. He throws it over the middle and completes it there to Wilson. Of course, Wilson had those 2 long returns called back. Penalty flag on the play. And another huge play by Wilson called back. He has to be frustrated. He's doing all he can. John's back to pass. He's forced out of the pocket to his left this time. He's throwing it deep down the sideline, and the ball is batted up, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. That ball was batted up in the air, and then making a diving play somehow was the Inglewood receiver. Let's take another look at this as we see Johns throwing it deep down the sideline, and let's take a look in slow motion as the ball is batted up, and then Wilson makes a diving catch for the touchdown, and it appears that this play will not be called back. He's had those other 2 play. Did I speak too soon? Penalty flag on the play. And this play will be called back. Another huge penalty for Inglewood. And I know Wilson must be beside himself as the kick is blocked. That's Jack Strohsnyder on the block for the Mustangs. And the ball will be recovered by Vincent Martinez. And the Mustangs will start this possession in Inglewood territory. Great job again by the Mustangs special teams, this time led by Jack Strohsnyder with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Split backs, Meeker back to pass. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to take it himself around the left-hand side, and he might have picked up a yard or so on the carry for the Mustangs. Let's see where the officials spot this ball. And indeed, it was a yard gain. The handoff this time goes to Wagner Baguez, and he'll pick up a couple more yards on the carry, setting up a 3rd down and 7 situation for the Mustangs. Trips to the right. Meeker back to pass. He rolls out to the left, and he's going to be wrapped up. He throws it towards the sideline. I don't believe I saw a receiver in the area for Maricosta, as the officials will get together and discuss if this will be an intentional grounding call. Let's see what the call on the field is going to be. Penalty is waved off. There was apparently a receiver in the area, so that's going to at least save the Mustangs some yardage as Shevin comes in to punt. The ball bounces at the 2-yard line, and Shevin kicks the ball so high in the air that when it bounces about 15 feet or so, and then goes into the end zone. He placed it perfectly, but so high. Tough luck there on the bounce for the Mustangs. It's a touchback. The handoff goes to Welsh, and he's going to be wrapped up by several Mustangs after a couple yard gain on the play. Wagner Baguez in there for the Mustangs, as well as Reach, setting up a 2nd and about 7 to go. Johns again hands the ball off to Welsh, and Welsh is breaking free up the middle, and he's going to be taken down by Belisarian right about the Inglewood 49-yard line. 1st and 10 Sentinels. Mustangs lead the Sentinels by 3. The handoff goes to Welsh up the middle, and he's going to be taken down by Hunter Taylor, and that's going to be good for an Inglewood first down, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. Your Maricosta Mustangs lead the Inglewood Sentinels 17-14 in this key Bay League matchup as the Mustangs look to go undefeated in Bay League play before next week's contest at Losinger. Stay tuned, fans, for the fourth and final quarter.
The score, your Maricosta Mustangs 17, the Inglewood Sentinels 14. And just a reminder for you, the Stable Snack Bar has the best, tastiest eats you'll ever
I'd like to take this time to thank Skechers for their continued support of Mustang football and Maricosta athletics, and to remind you fans to attend the Skechers peer-to-peer friendship walk presented by Nickelodeon. Go the extra mile for our children.
maybe could contend with Carlos's meat is Brian Shermer, but I see Brian Shermer running over to get some of Carlos.
The entire Maricosta 1993 championship football team wishes all levels of current Mustang football teams much success this year. Let's go Mustangs, step up. The Sentinels start the fourth quarter, second down and 1. Mustangs showing blitz. Here comes the rush, and the ball is batted up in the air by Luke Meeker, and then somehow making a diving interception over, I believe, several players was number 43, senior Magnus Johnson. Again, Magnus shows his athleticism. He had that incredible reverse somersault back to his feet on Joaquin Wagner Baguez's sack. Now this diving interception. Let's take another look at this play as the ball is batted up in the air, and then Magnus is able to haul it in, getting tackled by two offensive linemen as he's diving for it. What an incredible play by the senior defensive lineman. The handoff goes to Wagner Baguez, and he will pick up a couple yards on the play, setting up a second down and 8 for Maricosta. Again, tremendous athleticism by the senior defensive lineman. The handoff goes to Wagner Baguez, and this time he will get to about the Inglewood 41-yard line, where it will be third down and about 3 for the Maricosta offense. Shotgun formation, man in motion from left to right. Meeker fakes the handoff, and he's going to take it forward. It looks like he has enough yardage for a Mustang first down. However, the official on the Mustang sideline does not agree with the spot with the official on the Inglewood sideline, and the ball will be moved back a yard, and that's going to set up a fourth down 1 situation. Let's see what Coach Morrow does. He elects to punt, a conservative call for the Mustangs as Shevin comes in. And again, it's a high end-over-ender. This time it takes a short bounce and is able to down it at the Inglewood 6-yard line. That's Belisarian getting down there on coverage for the Mustangs. And Inglewood now trailing 17-14 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Has a long field here versus Maricosta. A little pass out to the left, and it's complete, and for a short gain, Meeker in on the stop. Liam Meeker on the stop. Coach Ray Lee has to be proud of his defensive performance by his guys here as the handoff goes to Welsh, and Welsh works his way around the left-hand side, brought down by Wagner Baguez. Third down situation for the Sentinels. Pistol formation. John's back to pass. He completes it out to the right-hand side, and refusing to go down is number 1, The big tight end, Andre Nickerson, picks up an Inglewood first down. Ball spotted at the Mustang 26-yard line. Johns back to pass, throws it out, and completes it to the left. And breaking free down the sideline was number 19, Williams, on the reception. Gets all the way to the Mustang, or rather the Inglewood 40-yard line. The handoff goes to Welsh, and Welsh will pick up about 10 yards on the carry to midfield. And another Inglewood first down. Thought he was going to be marked just shy, but he just picked up enough. The pass again completed to big number 1 Nickerson, and Nickerson drags Liam Meeker for a little bit. But however, there was a holding call versus the Sentinels, so that will march them back into their own side of the field at their 40-yard line. Second down and about 20 to go here in the fourth and final quarter of play. Mustangs looking to hold on to their 3-point lead versus Inglewood. Pistol formation, trips to the left. Sophomore quarterback Johns takes the snap. He hands it off to Walsh, and Walsh is able to get past the Mustang off defensive line, and he's taken down by Luke Leonard, picking up about 15 on the carry, setting up 2nd and 5. Johns back to pass. He has his big tight end over the middle. That's Nickerson, and Nickerson is going to go all the way into the end zone for an Inglewood Sentinel touchdown. Nickerson had quite an impact on that drive for Inglewood, finishing it off with a touchdown reception. Rivas attempts the extra point for the Sentinels, and it is good. And now Inglewood leads the Mustangs 21-17 with 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the fourth and final quarter. Rivas set to kick off for Inglewood. It's a high, short kick fielded at about the 15-yard line by the Mustangs. I believe that's Belisarian on the return for Maricosta as he gets past the 25. Actually, that's Colin Benner on the return for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 Mustangs. Ball spotted at the Maricosta 29-yard line. Shotgun formation. Man in motion from left to right. Little receiver screen to the man in motion. That's Belisarian this time. And he will pick up a few yards on the play before being knocked down. 2nd down and about 5 to go for the Mustangs. A tight trips left formation for Maricosta. Wagner Bagues is the single back for the Mustangs. Meeker back to pass, and the pass is complete along the left-hand sideline. That's Benner setting up a 3rd and about 3 to go for Maricosta. A tight 4-receiver set. Meeker drops the ball. He picks it up. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to dive forward, and I believe he picked up just enough yardage for a Mustang first down. Back in my day, they would call that the fumble rooski. Shotgun formation. Meeker. Handoff goes to Wagner Bagues. Might have picked up a yard or so on the carry for the Mustangs, setting up a 2nd down and 9 for Maricosta. 4-receiver set, single back. Man in motion. Meeker back to pass. He throws it deep over the middle, and that ball is complete to Luke Leonard, and he was hit hard on the play. and he refuses to let go of the ball even though he's writhing in pain, as the Mustang training staff finally has to take the ball away from him. Tough kid there, just like his dad Jim and his brother Reese. Hopefully Luke will be back in action for the Mustangs. Mustangs trail the Sentinels by 4 here in the fourth and final quarter. Timeout on the field. Mustangs are looking to get some points on the board and retake the lead here in the fourth quarter as time is running out. 4 minutes to go here in this key Bay League contest. First and 10 Mustangs. Ball spotted at the Inglewood 30-yard line. Man in motion. Meeker takes the snap. He pump fakes. He now scrambles. He now rolls back to his left and throws it out of bounds. Good job there by Meeker avoiding the loss on the play. Tight 4-receiver set. Meeker back to pass. Again, here comes the rush by Inglewood, and again, Meeker throws it out of bounds to avoid another loss on the play. 3rd down and 10 Mustangs. 4-receiver set. Liam Meeker looking towards the sideline, seeing what the call is going to be. Mustangs, again, Inglewood showing blitz. Here comes the rush by the Sentinels, and again, Meeker has to avoid another loss. However, that's going to set up a 4th down situation for the Mustangs. Timeout on the field. And it's going to be an intentional grounding call versus the Mustangs. That time there, it doesn't appear that Meeker was able to get the ball past the line of scrimmage, as Shevin will come on to punt for Maricosta. And it's a high short kick, this time down by Jack Strassnyder right about the Inglewood 27-yard line, where they will take over as Coach Morrow looks on, trying to get another possession here late in the fourth quarter. Pistol formation. Johns throws it out and completes it to Wilson on the left-hand side, and he's wrapped up after a short gain on the play. Strassnyder in on the tackle, as well as Belisarian for the Mustangs. Time out on the field. Mustangs are running out of time here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Mustang defense needs to get a stop. Pistol formation. Johns back to pass. He completes it to Wilson, and Wilson's still on his feet, and he's dragging defenders, and he refuses to go down. He will not go down at all. Wilson's not a big kid, but he played big on that play and tack on an additional 15 yards with the face mask. Hard running there by the 5'8", 162 Wilson, refusing to go down. Pistol formation. The handoff goes to the big running back this time, and this time Belisarian is able to haul the big guy down after a very short gain on the play. Time out on the field. That will do it for the Mustangs timeouts with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 10 for the Sentinels. Johns back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand side. Coach Milvon James being aggressive here as that stops the clock. 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10. The handoff goes to Watson, and Watson is surging forward, and he will get to within about 2 yards of the line to gain. That's going to set up a 4th down situation here in the 4th quarter. Huge play coming up. If Inglewood picks up the 1st down, they'll be able to go in victory formation and take this contest. If the Mustang defense can get a stop here, the Mustang offense will have a shot to march down and go for the win. 1 minute and 38 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. It's all come down to this 4th down play for Inglewood, and there's a penalty on the play. If that's offsides versus the Mustangs, that will do it. However, it's a false start versus Inglewood, so it's going to make this a 4th down and about 7 situation. Let's see what Coach James does. He keeps his offense out there. They are going for it here on 4th down. Let's see what the Mustang defense can do. Pistol formation for Inglewood. Johns takes the snap. Here comes the rush by the Mustangs. Johns scrambles to his right. He throws it down the sideline, and it's hauled in by Wilson. And that should just about do it for this contest as he catches it inside the 10-yard line. 1st down and 10, Inglewood. Incredible play there by Johns, keeping that play alive, looking downfield and finding Wilson. And the clock is running, and Inglewood will come out in victory formation, and they will take this contest. The Mustangs, Inglewood, and Palos Verdes are all tied for 2nd place in Bay League at 2-1, and Lusinger is 3-0, and that should just about do it. One more kneel down, and Inglewood is going to be victorious tonight. The Mustangs will travel to Lusinger next week to take on the 3-0 Lusinger Olympians and try to set up a 1st place tie, as Inglewood will take on Palos Verdes next week. One of those 2 teams will be 3-1. Hopefully Lusinger will be 3-1 and the Mustangs will be 3-1. But we will see next week as the Mustangs travel to Lusinger. Stay tuned, fans, for some post-game comments, and I will see you next week at Lusinger High School as your Mustangs look to knock off the undefeated Lusinger Olympians. Sadowski with senior lineman Ben Martin. Ben, Mustangs valiantly came back, but we're a little bit short on the scoreboard tonight. What are you going to take from this game and going forward next week versus Lusinger?
Yeah, it was a tough game. We really fought hard till the end, and I'm so proud of all my brothers out there. We couldn't give up. We wouldn't give up. But you did fall up short, but, you know, it happens. But next week, we're going to practice hard, we're going to play hard, and we're going to win.
This is Jeremy Sadowski with senior Barrett Ryan. Mustangs came up short tonight. Heck of a comeback there. Not giving up, going down 14 and coming back to take the lead. Yeah. What's your thoughts on tonight's game and going forward next week versus Lusinger?
You know, I'm really not that upset about tonight's game. You know, we played our hearts out, practiced hard all week. Next week we've got a hard game at Lusinger, but I think we're going to come away with that one. We played our hearts out this week, and you know, we're only getting better. We got 8 games left. CIF championship right on the wall right there. Thank you so much.
Sadowski was senior and Magnus Johnson. Magnus, the Mustang defense locked down Inglewood after that fast start that they had. You had a tremendous game. What are your thoughts on tonight's game and going forward in the rest of Bay League?
I think we played pretty good. There's a couple times they could have capitalized on stuff like broken plays and like forgetting like coverages and stuff like that. So that's stuff we really need to work on. That's stuff we could easily fix, but we're in it for the whole thing, so we should be at least proud of that. But I think we should have came away with that. And same thing for Bay League, the rest of Bay League. Just got to keep playing like how we do. We play till the very end, and now we just got to step it up a little bit.
Jeremy Sadowski was senior, Liam Meeker. Liam, Mustangs fought hard all night, coming back from that early deficit. Came up a little short on the scoreboard. What are you going to take from this contest going into next week with a big game at Lusinger?
I think we got to flush this game out of our system pretty quick. Some mistakes early on, like all game. That's really on me at the end of the day. I feel like I let my team down a little bit, but just the effort by this team every week. I mean, the linemen, man, they're fighting their tails off. Joaquin, man, shout out to him. He's really doing it all for us. Played running back the whole game, and middle linebacker, of course. He's just such a beast, and I think we just have such great effort every week, like I always talk about. But I think that we just gotta try and drop this, get out of our system pretty quick, and try and focus on losing it next week. That's our main focus.